Bro, is that a 22B? The likelihood of you seeing a 22B rolling around in your streets is pretty slim. But the car people tend to mistake it for are the two-door Subarus, which is kind of understandable considering, one, they both have two doors, and two, most of the ones you see tend to be in blue, which was like the 22Bs. The main difference being obviously the fact that 22Bs is nearly a foot wider than the normal two doors, and yeah, they're just crazy rare. So the Australian delivered two-door was the version 5 STI, which came in late 1998 and early 1999. These were extremely rare. Only 399 of them came to Australia, and obviously that was over 20 years ago. So not all of them would have survived. Two-door and the four-door do share the same chassis. So apart from the B pillars obviously being moved back and only having two doors, all underneath is the same dimensions. So they're as long as each other, they're as wide as each other, apart from the 22B, which I'd hope you'd understand that they're slightly wider. So just like the version 6 STIs in Australia that had the STI 207 motor but not, these had a 207 but not as strong as the 207s out of the version 7 Bug Eyes and up. Unless you're my mate who has a unicorn block, but I don't know if I can mention that. If I can, I'll add it at the end of the video. But yeah, the two doors were rare in Australia, but in other countries such as Japan and the United States, two-door GC8s, or should I say GM8s, weren't as rare. In the United States, they had two-door 2.5 litre RSs, which were naturally aspirated two doors. So not many people were excited about them because they're naturally aspirated for one, so they're slow, and being a 2.5, no one likes 2.5s. So there's plenty of two-door GC8s over in the United States. And even in Japan, some of the WRXs were two-door, and they also had earlier generations. So I believe the version 4, I'm not sure about earlier, but the version 4 had two-door STIs as well. So the similarities between a two-door STI and a 22B pretty much end at the two doors. As I mentioned before, the 22B is a much larger, wider car. Yes, it still shares the same front to rear dimensions, but they are a lot wider in the body. They also have the 2.2 litre motor, which is a godsend. They are a beautiful motor. And again, like I mentioned a few videos ago, the VF22, which was pretty much Subaru's biggest factory turbo. So, and not to mention all the different interiors, but I don't really want to go into that kind of depth. And if you guys have enjoyed this, make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe, and join us on Thursday at 7:30 PM over on our 3P Garage Live on Facebook, Twitch and YouTube, where we talk cars. I don't think I've picked next week's topic, but hopefully I'll see you there. See yous. Okay, so if we're going to talk about that unicorn, we'll mention it now, which is Antony's Raw 555, which is making just under 300 kilowatts with a stock bottom end. And if you follow Subarus, you should know that an open deck motor without fully forged internals really shouldn't be making that power. But time will tell, and fingers crossed it doesn't go pop.